Okay, so we are going to talk about motion problems today. From our experiment yesterday, the ball rolling on the floor one, we realized that there are three different variables that we are going to focus on. So there's distance, time, and constant velocity. So using this triangle over here, we can solve to find distance, time, or velocity as long as we have two of any of the three. So two out of the three variables. Okay. So right here, the first one, it shows us that D equals velocity times time. All right. Which is what this says right there. Our second one shows us that velocity equals distance divided by time. And then our third one shows us that time equals distance divided by velocity. So that's what these equations on the side are. I'm going to erase those real quick so we don't have to focus on that. All right. So let's work through our practice problem. Oh, before we do our practice problem, do remember that velocity always needs a direction. That's what separates velocity from speed. Remember, speed is how fast an object is moving. Velocity is just speed plus a direction. Okay? All right. So, example problem. What is the velocity in kilometers per hour of a car that travels 1400 kilometer per hour south in 52 hours? So we've never used this structure before, but basically what it does is it breaks down this problem from what we need to do first. So step one is to always identify what is it that we know. What we know is the car is traveling 1400 kilometers south, which is a direction, and then 52 hours. So I would put under my knowns distance. So the distance we're traveling is 1400 kilometers, more specifically south, because that gives me a direction. And then time is 52 hours. My unknown stands for what is it that I'm looking for? What is the thing that I have no idea what is? So right now that is velocity. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. This was my step two. My step three is to figure out which one of these equations am I solving for. So my unknown is velocity. Right here, if you just split it down, these are all how to solve. And these are the unknowns. Oops, excuse my terrible handwriting. So these are all the different unknowns. I'm not looking for distance. I'm not looking for time. So the one that I'm looking for is velocity. So under equation, I would write just that. Velocity equals distance divided by time. Okay? Now that I have that, I can solve for velocity. So V equals my distance, which is 1400 kilometers, and then my time is 52 hours. So that's the nice thing about labeling things so specifically under the knowns, is that once I get to the solving portion right here, which is step 4, I can easily just plug it into the different equation. So if I divide this out, that should give me 26.92. Roughly around there, depending on what you round to. It's okay to just round to the second decimal place. So then my final step is to just write the answer with numbers, or with units. And I know what my units are based off right here. And also, if you look in the question, these are our units that it's asking for. So my answer is 26.92 kilometers per hour. And that is how you use the triangle, and that's how you can solve for velocity, distance, or time.